One thing that I've always been super in fear of talking about is my pain. And only by other people talking about their pain and leading by example did I have the courage and continue to have the courage to talk about my pain. I'm a follower. It's just the way it is. I love to follow strong, confident people that have achieved what I want to achieve. It's always worked for me. And those people have not been, most often not, in my immediate circle. So social media has been instrumental in my personal growth and my personal development. I would not be where I am today if I did not have people that shared their experience on a video. There's a girl walk by and felt really uncomfortable. Oh, see, so uncomfortable. But I'm walking through that. I'm just grateful to the people that shared their story, that shared their pain, to have the guts and the courage to do that, to help me. And so that's why I'm on here today. I feel very, very inspired by a story I heard this morning. Story I knew of, but really hearing them tell the story. One of the strongest people that I know on this planet, I admire very much, that talked about his pain. And I've had the wrong impression that we're supposed to be up and positive all the time, which is great. Yeah, we got to keep our frequency high. However, there's a time to talk about your pain and be honest about that too. So I've learned. And I experienced this firsthand. I remember in 2018, for the first time, when I stopped hiding about being an alcoholic. So I got sober in 2004, and I always hid it, was embarrassed of it, ashamed of it. They tell you to be anonymous, keep it, And I never shared it until I was at a seminar in 2018, and I saw, for the first time, I met a millionaire that talked about his pain, and I felt like he really, really cared. Until that moment, I just thought millionaires were these snobby, stuffy people that didn't care about anyone else. I had a wrong impression. And hearing him talk about his pain, it gave me the courage to talk about mine. And learning that transparency is what inspires people, is what finally clicked for me when I went, oh, I want to help people. I have a strong desire to change millions of lives, not just some. I've always been a go big, go home girl. I like the strongest, the best, the biggest, the most. I want to be the best. And I don't want to just help a few hundred. I don't want to just help one. I mean, of course it means a lot if I just help one person today, but it's on my heart to help millions. In order to help millions, we've got to share our story with millions. Very scary. But I'm more comfortable today because I'm not worried about me. I'm thinking about the women that I want to help, the women that are so desperately in pain, like I was. That's what matters to me. And I'm more worried about them. I'm more worried about the ones that want to take their own life, that don't know that there's hope. Like I often felt like there was no hope. And I almost took my own life. I used to practice killing myself. Practice with the razor blade, the right way and the wrong way, and just cutting, and I was afraid. But what if I practiced, and what if I achieved it? What if I hung myself and succeeded? What if? Thank God I didn't. Jeez, that'd be awful to do to my little boy and the people that love me. But how sad, because God has a plan for me and for you. And my biggest pain was when I lost Luke. When he was, first time he was 4 when his dad and I divorced, and then that was painful. And as a result of my drinking, and I was in trouble with the courts. And so I manipulated my way back into his dad's life just so I could be with Luke. So I was totally dishonest, was faking getting chips from my meetings and faking my relationship with him so that I could move back in with Luke. And of course that doesn't work. It blew up again in 2008. September 11, 2008 was D-Day. Yeah, and he had gone the day before, unbeknownst to me, and filed a restraining order. And we had gotten in an argument, and I had thrown coasters against the wall, and he claimed to the courts that I was a danger to myself and to the family. And because I had a past, they must have taken his word. They took his word for that. They didn't even need any proof. They just took his word that I was a danger, and 2 cops were knocking at my door the next day with a move-out order, and I had 20 minutes to remove my stuff. I didn't see my son for a very long time. It was so painful. It was the most painful thing in my entire life. And I did want to die. He had twisted my son's head and told him lies that I had left him and abandoned him, and I had no way to stand up for myself. And because I was out of the home, wasn't allowed to contact him, and so my son hated my guts, hated me. And I was used to tucking him in every night, and singing him songs and reading him stories, and he is the light of my life. But as a result of all that, what I learned, and I did learn a lot from that. So I learned not to take people for granted. I learned a lot about respect. I learned about domestic violence. I didn't know that throwing something, even if it's something trivial, it's domestic violence. And but now, 18 and a half years later, I'm sober, and Luke is 22, going to be 23 in November, and we have the best relationship ever. It's like it never happened, thank God. But it was not easy journey at all. At all. I felt like I was never, ever, ever going to regain my son's heart. Just earning his heart, his trust, his love back was horrific. And having a woman in my corner that showed me the way and that told me, no, you are not giving up when I wanted to, made all the difference. She was a good mom, and I admired her, and she'd been through a lot with her daughter. It was on the other side of that, and she had several years sober, and she was kind of this tough biker chick. But she had a really cool, tough love sort of way that I listened to her. It was really cool. Because there was times I wanted to give up, and it would have been easier for me because I was worried about the way I felt. It was all about me. It was selfish. And she told me, your boy needs you to fight for him. You fight for your kid. You do not give up. She said, you are showing up to those supervised visits. You are going to do what the court says. You're going to do this. Da, 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 da. And I knew she was right. So I listened, and I did. I showed up no matter how I felt. And so even though we're sober, we can be very, very selfish still if we're not doing those 12 steps. Anyone who knocks on the 12 steps is dumb, because the 12 steps are a very excellent system. It's a system that works. Did those steps with her, and my life is beyond amazing. I was amazed before I was halfway through, just like they say. It's a system that works, and anyone says it doesn't, they haven't done it all the way through. That was my biggest pain in my sobriety, was losing my son. But I also experienced pain in many other ways. I was molested as a kid. That was very, 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 very painful to hold that secret for years, because I was convinced that I couldn't tell anyone or bad things would happen. I don't remember how they twisted my little mind. I was a kid, and I had some impression that I would lose my mom if I told, or something really bad would happen. So I was told to keep it a secret. So do not keep it a secret. If you happen to see this video, talk to whoever will listen. Talk, 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 talk. Secrets do keep you sick. Love is not lies. It is correct. And one of my biggest struggles is being honest, 100% honest. But I am really honest today, to the best of my ability, and I haven't always been that way. And just being honest has been key to my sobriety. Being honest with me, most of all, internally, on the inside. Being honest with myself about what's really going on. That is key to being free, to be honest with yourself. And yeah, there's pain every day. I too have pain every single day, because I am nowhere near where I would love to be. And I just see everything that's wrong, that I want to be right in myself. However, I just have fun working on those weaknesses. Learning to love the pain has really, really helped tremendously. I believe it's the final piece that has set me free. Learning to like discomfort, learning to love discipline, learning that there's more to gain from pain than anything that has set me free. And this video has gone on way long enough. So pain is gain. Don't be afraid of pain. Don't be afraid of pain at all. It's a lesson. And learning the lesson is key to being free. I love you guys.